The epic show that we all have been just waiting for, dying to see, just waiting in high anticipation. Batwoman has finally started, and we all, I'm sure, are just completely excited about it. The trailers that we've been getting for the series have been just absolutely stellar in every way. Just complete masterpiece type of content going on, right? I mean, there's really nothing that I have against this series. Like, everything about it's just been purely amazing. Everything from I'm a woman to all these women going to get apparently butterfly tattoos, but then they're all like, oh, we want Batwoman tattoos instead because everyone's gonna get Batwoman tattoos or something. I don't know. But as you can see here, we have our first reviews coming in for the series, and it is at a whopping and grand 60% on Rotten Tomatoes. Just barely fresh, just like Rotten Tomatoes likes to make some of their series. And I mean, you know, I don't trust Rotten Tomatoes. You know, the whole Captain Marvel situation, where we all remember how all that went down, the epic saga of Captain Marvel on Rotten Tomatoes, where people were saying that they didn't want to see the movie. There's lots of people doing that, and it was like down to like what, 26% or something. And then Rotten Tomatoes was like, oh no, well, actually it's more like Disney was like, oh no. And so they kind of got in touch with Rotten Tomatoes, and they were like, hey, can you like do something about this? And then, you know, Rotten Tomatoes started deleting things, and then they were like, hey, yeah, we're totally changing our system and all that type of stuff. And now we're at 78% on Rotten Tomatoes for Captain Marvel, plus a 54% on the audience score. And the thing I love about this is that it's actually been a while since I looked at the audience score for Captain Marvel, and when I just opened this up and I saw that it was at 54%, I was like, wow, it's still rotten. And this is from, is it from verified users as well? Actually, this came out before the verified users thing, so yeah, but still fantastic, right? 54% Rotten Tomatoes, and I love seeing this movie rotten. It's great. Anyway, so I thought that, you know, let's go ahead and take a look at what the critics are saying about Batwoman so far, because it is fresh. It is fresh, everybody. This show is great. This show is fantastic. So we have two rotten ones here at the top. Batwoman has a lot of potential, but this pilot feels too torn. When the show is not trying too hard, it works decently, but when it forces itself to deliver messages, it falls apart. And let me tell you, this series absolutely seems like a series that's going to be delivering the messages. Let me tell you. I mean, the trailers were already delivering the messages. So, if the trailers are already delivering the social commentary, the messages that they're trying to preach at you, then you know that the rest of the show is going to be like that as well. And then we have someone from comicbook.com saying, thanks to a poorly conceived supporting cast and a serious lack of identity, the Batwoman pilot isn't all that great, especially if you're not a mega fan of the already existing Arrowverse franchise. And I'm, for one, am definitely not a fan of the Arrowverse franchise. I kind of was in the beginning days, you know, when the second season, yeah, that totally makes sense. When the first season and the second season for Flash were coming out and all that type of stuff, I never really got into Arrow, but I did like Flash at first in the first couple seasons. And after that, it kind of went downhill for me, and I just never really cared about the rest of the Arrowverse. It all seems like it's very, I don't know, most of it just seems very projecting, very woke, and it's either that or the storytelling just isn't very good, and it's either one or the other whenever I was watching anything from the Arrowverse. Yeah, I was very mad about some of the decisions that they made creatively with Flash after that first one. I will never forget Patty. Patty will always be a legend in my mind, and I wish that she was, what's his name? Barry Allen's girlfriend still. I mean, she was awesome. She was fantastic. Anyway, that is a complete rabbit hole, but a stylish entry into the Arrowverse, one that is worthy of both the Bat family and the impressive DC TV lineage. Okay, So it's worthy of the Bat family, huh? I have a hard time believing that. I really, really do. If I have a favorite thing about it, it's that the show understands that the best Batwoman stories are about integrity and who can and can't afford to have it. I love this review because it's like the only thing that they're really saying is, well, my favorite part about the show. It's like, so do you actually like the show, or are you just saying, let's not actually talk about the quality of the show. Let's just say my favorite part about the show is the integrity. It sounds like this person is trying to give it a good review and not actually giving it a good review based on anything from a technical level or a story-driven level. And then we have IGN. That last one that I just read was from Screen Rant, by the way. And we all know how Screen Rant likes to really pander and get into the whole woke stuff. So anyway, this one's from IGN. While the new series will have little trouble filling the void left by Arrow next year, it may face a more difficult battle when it comes to establishing its own identity. So two people have talked about how it's having a hard time establishing its identity. One is a rotten review, one's a fresh review. And that's pretty much, I guess, the only thing from these reviews that I can actually trust is the fact that apparently it is not doing well establishing its own identity, whatever that means. I mean, my guess is, and I haven't seen the pilot, maybe I'll watch it. If you guys want me to watch it and do a review on it, I'm sure I can figure out some way how to watch it somehow. I don't have CW, so I don't know how I would do that actually. But we should get somebody to do a review on the pilot episode for sure on the channel here. Maybe I'll work on that. But if they're talking about how it's having a hard time establishing its identity, my guess is that's probably because it is so focused on trying to deliver messages to people and be like, kind of forcing a bunch of identity politics, woke type of nonsense on their viewers. That's just my guess from someone who hasn't actually watched it, but just kind of from what I'm gathering from these reviews. Anyway, I will do another update video on this whenever we start to get more reviews, because this will be an interesting thing to watch to see how it pans out, and it'll also be interesting to see the audience score whenever that comes out as well. So anyway, just wanted to do a video about this. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below what you think about Batwoman if you have seen it. I'm very curious to hear if any of you have watched the Batwoman pilot yet. That would be really interesting to hear. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you all very soon in another video. Talk to you later. Bye.
Hey everyone, it's Jeremy from geeksandgamers.com, and if you're a fan of Geeks and Gamers, please go to our website, visit our merchandise store. We have t-shirts, hoodies, hats, beanies, tank tops, and in the very near future, we're going to have many more products for you to choose from. So thank you for the support. We appreciate it. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to you later.